Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead reading. This is for week commencing the 24th of March. It's your birthday season, obviously, you know that. So what that means is that I will be doing a bonus reading for all Aries signs for your birthday. Haven't done it just yet, but it will be coming soon, and I will probably set it as a premiere so that you don't miss it. Anyway, so make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell for that, otherwise you might not get notified. And sometimes I know you're subscribed anyway, and for some reason YouTube can be a little bit naughty and not notify you, but anyway, in most cases it does. Let's get on with your reading, stop the waffling. We're going to start with 2 cards, please and thank you, for your energy coming up for next week. Okay, they both want to come out. Excuse me. So we have daydreams and decisions. This is about choices open to you next week and decisions perhaps that you are having to make. And then we've got flow, which is lovely, which is very like temperance. God, I'm shaking. That's because I'm not eating yet. So temperance is very making things work out, having a balance between what you want, what's good for you, what's good for everybody else. Perhaps there's something in the mix here coming in for you to feel quite a nice flow to it, but it's also a card of patience. So let's have a look. We're going to use the traditional Ryder Waite. Start your reading. Dear Spirit Guides and Angels, please join me in this reading for Aries and make it helpful, hopeful and healing. So we've just had the spring equinox, which brings vitality, rebirth. Just a lovely energy, isn't it? The flowers, the daffs coming out. It's just a beautiful time of year. Anyway, let's see. For Aries, please and thank you. So, 5 of Wands, but that does not surprise me, is your focus for next week. Your opportunity is the 9 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is your challenge. The 3 of Wands is what you don't see coming. And the 2 of Cups is your advice and outcome. So the 5 of Wands is conflict. It's people being competitive around you. It could be you being competitive next week. Excuse me. It could be you, because Wands are attributed to Aries in the deck. Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. And these are the focus of perhaps you having to push a bit, to shine a little bit more. Perhaps you're being a little bit dampened down by others at work or people around you in relationships, friendships. We will do some clarifiers and find out exactly which way that's going. 9 of Swords is your opportunity. So if you have got this conflict going on at work, I feel like whatever it was or whatever this conflict is giving you sleepless nights. And it's not something that's happening overnight either. I think this has gone on for a while. However, the 9 of Swords as an opportunity is saying, face it. You've got an opportunity to face these people, to get it off your chest, to stop the overthinking at night time. And it could be a really simple thing. I'll give you a great example. So I don't know how long my car has needed a service for. Have I done it? No. Have I waited till the warning light comes on? Yes. And every time I got in my car, it's beep, beep, service, service. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I so need to do that. Didn't do it. What did it do? Kept me up at night. Something simple as that. And I still didn't. And what that did was just nagged at me. I didn't take any action. And I feel like this is what this is. Something quite simple. Now, I've had my car serviced last week. And rather than dread getting in my car and hearing that beep, beep in my ear, like, you got to do it, you got to do it, I couldn't wait to drive again. I know it's a simple scenario, but that's how I feel this is. The 5 of Swords is your challenge. Isn't that funny? No, it's not funny, sorry. Because the 5 of Swords is quite a conflict again. But it's, do you keep fighting or do you just think, oh, you know what, get on with it? because swords are attributed to communication. It's attributed to our way of thinking. And this is just somebody just pushing your buttons, or has been for a while. And it's a case of, yeah, it's a challenge. Like, do I still put up with this? Because, you know, you kind of talk yourself out of it sometimes, don't you? But I feel like there's a real focus on it next week coming for you, because the Three of Wands is what you don't see coming. And this is bigger horizons. This is expanding your horizons. Maybe there's going to be another opportunity to look for another job, or to just move further afield and move yourself away from this energy. But this is really positive. Again, it's Wands, your suit. And then you've got the Two of Cups as your advice and outcome. Now, this is your soulmate energy. There is somebody around you that perhaps is giving you advice, who's on the same page as you, who loves you. Doesn't mean to say it's a romantic love, by the way. It can be somebody who just, you know, you just click with. It could be your soul. It could be feeding your soul too. The advice is to feed your soul. Now, I do feel like I'm going to go that way with that card, given all the other conflicts, kind of energy around this reading. But we're going to clarify with the unfolding path. So, dear Spirit, Guides and Angels, please give me some clarification for Aries on this reading. Why do we have the Five of Wands? I feel like you've just put up and put up and put up, Aries. And yeah, woe betide. I think it's a little bit of a volcano energy coming from you. Oh, so we've got the Ten of Swords. Put an end to it. Ten of Swords is people feeling like people are stabbing you in the back, but it's a 10, so it means put an end to it. Focus on ending that. But don't carry it with you to whatever you do next, or whatever you decide to do. It's in your back. There's nothing you can do. It's done. It's dusted. I just feel like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, not particularly nice people around you, and you've known about it for a while. It's just gone on and on and on and on, and it's only because you think it's got to get better. It's got to get better. And I think this Three of Wands coming in is giving you a different aspect on something. You know, it kind of makes you think, hang on a minute, why am I putting up with that when I can have that? So, Nine of Swords, why are you here, please? And thank you for Aries. This is the opportunity to face your fears. This is your opportunity to do something about it. You know, maybe you call a meeting at work if they're work colleagues. Maybe, you know, if it's something to do with, you know, a friendship or a relationship, you just think, right, you know, we need to sit down and we need to have a talk about this. We've got the Wheel of Fortune as an opportunity. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is get it off your chest, move on. Because the Wheel of Fortune is about things progressing in a positive manner. It's a major arcana, especially with this Wheel of Fortune. When I say about high-flying discs and Abraham Hicks, which I do bang on about, I know, but I truly believe that this would, listening to that lady just for 10 minutes in the morning when you're sitting on the bus going to work, or when you are in the car or walking the dog, will help put a different aspect on this for you too. So I feel that's the message there for you, to listen to positive affirmations, positive people first thing in the morning. It just gets the mindset beautifully. And as I said before, okay, when you go to work, perhaps you do tend to fall off your high-flying disc, if you like, but at least we know how to get back on it again. And especially with this card, I do think they look like discs she's holding in the air, and they're high-flying. Five of Swords is your challenger. You're not sure, do I walk away? Do I carry on putting up with it? Personally, it looks like you've put up with it for far too long. have a look. 5 of Swords. Why are you here, please and thank you, for Aries? Wow. You've got the World. Another major arcana. So the World is about putting an end to something. However, as a challenge, it's an indecision. What I'll say about the World is, look how confident and how she doesn't care who's watching her dance there. She's dancing to the beat of her own drum there, but that's exactly the opposite for you at the moment, Aries, and that's what is challenging you. There's a real frustration about this 5 of Swords here, and I think it's because you keep giving them more and more options, chances for something to improve. But at some point, it's got to come to an end. You've got to draw a line in the sand and say, nah, I can't do that anymore. When you look at your readings so far, you've got a 10, which is an end of stressful times. You've got the Wheel of Fortune as an opportunity, saying something needs to change. You need to move on from this or do something about it. You know, it's a case of, it's not like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to quit my job. It's start progress about it. Start looking at what can you do to improve it. Then you've got the World, which is the last card in the major arcana. After the World card comes the Fool energy. So it's like, oh, take a leap of faith. Let's start again. 3 of Wands is very much like that too. Let's see, why do we have the 3 of Wands here? Please and thank you for Aries. It's like bigger, better things out there. Or there's something that is showing, or somebody's showing you next week. You know when you just get in your own little bubble, don't you? And it's not until somebody, you know, points something out very obvious that you think, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that? 3 of Wands, why are you here? It's too many. Just the one. There you go. Thank you. You've got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is the most loving, giving queen in the deck. But she also represents things like caregiving roles and nursing and even spiritual teaching, in as much as, you know, you're doing like helping people meditate or teaching Reiki. I wonder if there's something that you want to go on to. You've got an inkling next week that you can progress in some sort of a more loving, giving role, because this maybe is not serving that part of your life. The Queen of Cups is the queen with the most love to give. She's very nurturing. All the queens are nurturing, but she's Cups energy, so she's love, relationships. It's like you want to expand something that's just going to bring you more love and joy. And ending on the 2 of Cups as your advice and outcome, I feel like them saying you've got to go with what your heart is telling you. 2 of Cups, why are you here? Please and thank you for Aries. Oh my gosh. Just the one, please and thank you. Oh. Right, let's ask one more time. Aries, please and thank you. One more for 2 of Cups. Why is 2 of Cups here? Two of Cups, please and thank you for Aries. You've got the 5 of Swords again. Isn't that interesting? Just be careful you're not going round and round in circles with this, Aries. But as advice, what I see from this card is she is carrying, look how she's carrying the swords. So rather than walk away, she's decided to carry on doing and putting up with it. And look at her. She looks battle weary. She's just downtrodden. I think they're just trying to point out to you that this is a possible outcome for you if you decide to continue this circle. And maybe that's why, you know, you've got the wheel of fortune. It's a wheel, isn't it? It's a continuous cycle. The world is putting things to an end, but again, it's a cycle. I feel like you're in this cycle of indecision of what to do, but I think the message here is that isn't serving you. It's not putting you on this level, which is where you need to be. I'm going to do one more on that Five of Swords. Oh, that's funny. I've just picked up this deck. Okay, let's go with it. Because what I will say to that as well, Aries, you can be a little bit stubborn. We all can. So just be careful you don't cut your nose off to spite your face. You know, just because it's kind of like a winning element to this, but she's not won. She looks exhausted, battle weary. Let's just do one more for Aries, please and thank you. My gosh, got the Five of Cups. The fives in the deck are the tricky times in your life. They depict, yeah, like arguments and stressful times. And Five of Cups is about loss, regret, disappointment. Just be careful that you don't dwell on what is going on at the moment, because this cup, as advice, is saying these cups are spilt. Nothing you can do about it now. All that's doing is keeping you in a negative energy and this vicious cycle. Take a look behind at the cups that are full. Maybe these are people that want to help and support you, and perhaps you're not asking for any help and support. Because those two cups there sat behind you remind me of the Two of Cups here. There's some sort of, I don't know, rely on your soulmate a little bit more. Open up maybe. That's an interesting reading for you. Anyway, let's have a look. We're going to do a daily crystal card and see what messages are here. Please and thank you for Aries to finish this reading. Sometimes, you know, we get a tarot reading and it's not to say to take action, but it's just to highlight what's going on. And it's up to you whether you take action. We all have free will. Okay. We have lapis lazuli, which is one of my favourite crystals. In fact, I've got a pendant in that very crystal, as well as another crystal there in it. And what is the message of this card, Aries? Make a decision. Make a decision. Sorry about my shaking. I think it's because I haven't eaten. So, anyway, let me know how it goes. Obviously, a bit of a tricky time for you, but I do feel like you're in this rut. You're round and round in circles. Just remember that Two of Cups energy. So, happy birthday, Aries. Wherever you're, pop in the comments when your birthday is and what you're doing. I'd love to know. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.